So, welcome to another episode. Today I'm going to review and have a look at Last Remnant on the Xbox 360. Now, a few things just to begin with. I've been looking forward to Last Remnant for a long time. I downloaded all the trailers on the 360 and I used to watch them quite a lot. I thought this game is going to be awesome. I cannot wait for it. Square Enix is such a fantastic company. And so I expected a lot of big things from Last Remnant. Has it delivered? Not quite. And I'm going to actually explain all the reasons why. So to begin with, as soon as the game begins, we go into a battle and, you're like, oh wow, that's cool, we're starting off with a battle. And then you start to watch this battle and you start to realize that, wait a second, what's the matter here? And the frame rate is really bad. It's really, really apparent. Now the game is based on the Unreal 3 engine. And I don't know if Square Enix just doesn't know how to tweak it, or they were having some problems, or it can't be tweaked for a game like this, but it's just not working. The game is chugging at times. When the game, I installed it on the hard drive. When it wasn't installed on the hard drive, man, we're talking like, it takes a long time for textures to load and characters and things like that, so really unfortunate, really unfortunate. It really hurts the game, because as soon as you begin the game, you're like, yeah, this is going to be good, and you're like, man, this is not working graphic-wise, but keep on going. It does get better if you can overlook these issues. So our main character is called Rush, and he's our average, cocky kid in one of these types of games. And he's, researching, trying to figure out what happened to his sister. And he gets caught up into a big political battle between these people, basically in this world. There's remnants, obviously by the title. And there's people who are, against the remnants, and people who are for it. And the people who are for it are, are controlled by this guy called the Conqueror. And this guy can actually control remnants. And so he's quite powerful. And basically, you're, throughout the game, you're, obviously you're destroying his forces trying to get to him. And you're learning a lot more about him as a character and about his true intentions. And I won't give you any spoiler parts of the game, but it gets really cool later on. So the game begins with a massive battle, and you're commanding, your forces, and your forces are always split up into little parties, separate parties per se. And so in this beginning battle, you don't really know what you're doing. It seems very limited in what you can do. But as the game progresses, you have a lot. You're in command of quite a massive force, and it is a huge battles. And that's when you're thinking, this game is really awesome. This is when it's shining, and it's so sad because the game, I think with a little bit more development time, could have been really exquisite. Running around the towns, it reminded me of Final Fantasy 12. Especially some of the monster designs, in the town areas and stuff like that. For customization, you can absolutely upgrade your character's equipment and all of that. It's quite technical the more and more up into this game you go. I can't stress that in the beginning, the game seems very simple. But as you go, this is a 60-hour game. So there's quite a few directions that you can go with your characters to do with special arts and stuff like that. So you can play the game multiple ways, so there is a lot of replay value here. So sound-wise, the music is great. The music in this game is really, really nice. Very, very fitting. Kind of techno-y-ish at times. That can kind of get you pumped up. It's good stuff. So they haven't skimped in that department. So in that degree, Last Remnant is very strong for its music. I really like that. The voice acting is hit or miss. Sometimes, it's embarrassing, some of this dialogue. And I can't blame the actors, because I think they're delivering their lines. But wow, some of it is really hokey, really cheesy.
Hey, cheer up, sis. Oops.
Also, for those curious, it is actually a 2-disc game. So hopefully this hasn't come across as a really negative review. There's a lot to like in Last Remnant. The music is really good. The story is really awesome. The frame rate, if you can look past the frame rate, there's a really deep and complex game here. And there's 60 hours of gameplay. There's a lot of stuff you can do with your different parties that you get throughout the game. I think you'll definitely get your money's worth out of it in that respect. So until next time.